Welcome to You Have Questions?
We have answers.
That's always our aim, is to make sure that we can help you with the small nuances that come up every day as you're out there serving your clients. Today we want to talk a little bit about PUDs and condominiums, the distinction, because it comes up over and over. What's what?
What's the difference, right?
Exactly.
So there is a common misconception about the differences. So let me just tell you that the condominium and the PUD refers to the types of interest, not the physical style of the actual dwellings themselves.
Yes.
So as an example, in the condominium, the ownership is 100% ownership of the unit,
Right.
and a fractional interest of the common areas, things like pools, clubhouses, that kind of tennis courts, that kind of thing. In a PUD, the owner owns the lot and the structures on it, and then they're oftentimes given rights and easements for the common areas.
Yeah.
Okay,
So why would a single family residence then have a condominium ownership?
that's a great question. So when a builder has a smaller piece of land, when they file a condo plan, they have to do less of the infrastructure. So the setbacks are
Right,
different.
right.
It could be the size of the streets or the distance between the homes or whatever the case may be. But the big distinction there is that typically when you have a single family residence, it's very unusual to have a condominium plan, but there are places, particularly in North County and some of the other parts of San Diego, where you do have a condominium plan filed.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. So oftentimes on the preliminary title report, it shows that CC&Rs having, according to the homeowners, that there's an HOA, but there's not an HOA. So who enforces the CC&Rs in those cases?
So that's a great question. So typically when a builder subdivides a large parcel of land or even a small parcel of land, they will put CC&Rs on the property. And those CC&Rs are covenants, conditions, and restrictions. And what they're meant to do is to protect the paint color, or can you park an RV in it, or
Create some consistency standards.
Exactly, and standards. Can you build a 10-foot fence or whatever that might look like? But there are times when there is no HOA. So the question is, who enforces the CC&Rs?
Right.
Well, it becomes, first of all, the neighborhood, sort of like a neighborhood watch. And then secondly, what's called the civil code. So that's when a court system would get involved. So if I had a problem with somebody, I may have to take it to court because we have CC&Rs.
So if they couldn't all agree
Correct.
on what needs to be done, then the court will step in and handle that.
That is correct.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. So there you have. You had some questions on that. We had some answers. If you have further questions, we're always here to help you out. Thanks again.